Hi guys, welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing today? Let's get on Instagram. 1, 2, 3. Let's do this. 7 o'clock. Hi Instagram, how are you? Welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. You guys probably can only see my head because of how I'm sitting. Monica Covarrubias, Faika Siddiqui, how are you beautifuls? Who else is on here? Hello, hello, hello. Who else is on here? Let's see. Jacqueline, M. Galindo 22, AJ914, Ask Mari, Tosh GTM, Tracy. Hola, hello, beautifuls. Hello, yay. Awesome. Let me see who else is on here. Let's see. Hola, Eva Monica. Yes, how are you? Queen B604, how are you? Beautiful. Again, happy belated. Let's see who else is on here. Crystal, Mopi19, MZA, and I feel like Art LeBeau right now. I was just thinking about that. I'm like, do you remember when he would say like, oh, smiley face and this and this and that? That's exactly how I feel right now, just saying these names. The embroidery thread, how are you? So Susan Luke, I believe this is your first time. Blanca Navejas, hello. D. Hernandez, what's up? How are you? So if this is your first time, again, I please want you guys to write down that it's your first time because we love first timers as well. If it's not your first time, I want you guys today to put your three best emojis. Like, what are your emojis that you guys like? I can tell you I love hearts. I love the kisses, the little happy face throwing kisses, the hearts, and the money bags or the money sign. So I'm excited about using those. So Jacqueline, oh, perfect, first time, welcome. Ileana, how are you, beautiful? Your son is so adorable. First time from Covina. All right, Crystal, well, welcome. Thank you for all the first timers. And if it's not your first time, welcome back again. I love you guys. Let me see who else is on here. Oops, what did I do? It's my first time. I know, Susan, welcome. Susan and I went to high school together. So that's really awesome. Erica, baby 09, how are you? All right, yay. So for my first timers, I love you. Oh, M. Galindo's a little heart, the little, oh, and then the little, is it the little girl that goes like this? Oh my God, I love it. Those are my favorite too. I have a lot of favorites though. Let me see. Hearts, little heart signs, beautiful. I love all of them. Azucaritas, how are you? Monica Romo, what's up? Brianna Chavez, is this your first time? I don't think I've seen you on here. I'm totally gonna mess that up. So Bibiarina, I think I'm saying that totally wrong, and I apologize about that. But hello. Oh, I love, for those that is not your first time and you guys are using your three favorite emojis, I love you. I totally love all of those emojis. So again, welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. For those that it's your first time, welcome. For those that are, it's not your first time, we love you guys. We love your commitment and we appreciate it. Wealthy Wednesdays has been around for a few years now, and it was created by you guys because you guys would ask me questions, and I figured what better way than to put it on social media so not only one person can learn, but our community can learn. So I want to say thank you guys. We've been consistent for a few years now, and I'm just very grateful for all of you. Really, I really am. I look forward to financial boot camps. I look forward to Wealthy Wednesdays. I look forward to one-on-ones because you guys have either seen me, heard me. Like today, I've had a few clients that came in and they're like, I heard you on a podcast like months ago or a year ago, or, you know, it's just really amazing the power of connection through social media. So for that, I just want to say thank you. For those that don't know me and this is your first time, my name is Eva Macias. I'm actually the owner of Eva Macias and Associates Financial and Insurance Services. That's a mouthful. And what I do is I provide financial services to make sure that everything is customized towards your goals and your needs, because I've been doing this for a very long time, and my experience and my expertise really helps me understand people and their goals and how we can better get there. So for that reason, I just want to say thank you for trusting me. I am also the author of A Latina's Guide to Money, which I think most of you guys have. If you Cielo Beauty Bar, hello, beautiful. For those that haven't gotten their copy, you're more than welcome to get your copy via email. Give me 1 second. Totally got distracted as soon as I saw my husband on here. Hi, honey. Anyways, so Whether you want to get the ebook, you're more than welcome to go to my website, put your email, and you can get the ebook for free. You're more than welcome to text the number 444-999 Eva Macias together in all caps, and you will get a free copy of my book. Hello, Amy. And if you want to just order it on Amazon, you're more than welcome. If you want to stop by my office and pay 20 bucks, you're more than welcome. So there's different ways of you being able to get it. Obviously, electronically is free. And if you want a hard copy, I still love hard copy books as much as I do love audiobooks, but I'm a combo type of person. There's times where I'm like audiobooks, and then there's times where I'm like, no, I actually want to feel the book. So whatever you want, we got it covered. I still don't have the, the Kindle, but we're working on it. Again, thank you. I really appreciate it. Cielo Beauty Bar said, great read. It's quick, ladies and gentlemen. Most of you are ladies, so it's quick. It's an easy read. I mean, call it a toilet read. You can put it in the toilet, and when you go in there, read a chapter or whatever it is that you guys all do, right? Instead of being on our Instagram or whatever, just get it, read it. It's easy to read. I've gotten feedback that most people say, oh my God, I feel like you wrote this book talking about me. And let me tell you something, I wrote that book talking about myself and different scenarios that have happened. And just know that doesn't matter where you are, you can always get out of the rut you're in, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're like, you know what? I'm actually really good. I just want to take myself to the next level. Then, you know, come see me. There's different ways of seeing me. You guys can book a one-on-one, actually come physically see me, or we can do the initial visit via Zoom, which I think is really cool and important because I like to meet your face. So again, we're here to support you. I'm here to support you. But let's start with our Wealthy Wednesday tip. So our Wealthy Wednesday tip is the following. It's back to school, right? How many of you have kids? If you have kids, put the little raise your hand, or put the little kids, put the emojis that you have kids, or just put yes, actually. Yes, I have kids. So if you have children, put it on here. I want to know what you guys do, but I'll tell you some of the things while I was researching, because we don't have kids, and we don't have kids, so we can't tell you that this is what we do. I have seen at, I believe it's Staples or Office Depot. No, not Office Depot. At Staples. Okay, Shorty. All right. Leticia says yes. Okay. Crystal says yes. M. Galindo says yes. Lucia, how are you? Aurora, how are you? Hey, Veronica, all the way from Vegas. So if you have children, I know that I've seen this at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I've also seen this at Staples, where you can actually walk in and they already have a list of what items to buy, depending on how old your child is, your son or daughter is, because maybe they're not little kids, maybe they're going off to college. Whatever the age bracket is, they have like what school supplies you should get, and then if they're off to college, what you should get for college. So there's a lot of that already that I've seen. But and you can use that, but remember at the end of the day, they want you to consume the product. So they want to make sure that you guys buy stuff from them. So which makes it easier for you guys. Hey, ayuda en español. So that's great and everything. But before you go to the store, or before you go online and purchase however you guys purchased, I have my own little list of what you guys could do. So let's start with a few tips. So we talk about back to school, right? So first thing is do an inventory. And I don't mean just of school supplies. Do an inventory of also the clothes, right? The clothes that they have. How often, whether it happens for your kids, like you go buy them pants, right? Or something that they need, and you're like, I totally forgot I had that in the closet because I probably haven't cleaned out the closet in a few weeks or months or whatever the case may be, right? So first things first is take inventory. Once you're done taking inventory of what you have, so for example, you know that your child needs so many pairs of shoes, or you know they're going to need tennis shoes because they're going to be running, and you know they're going to need some boots for the winter. Do inventory. Obviously, people live in different places. I'm thinking everybody lives in California. You're like flip-flops all day, but I know kids shouldn't be wearing flip-flops, by the way, not to school. So whatever tennis shoes they want to wear, you know how long your kids will tear those things up. I hear it from my sisters when my nephews and nieces were younger. They're like, oh my God, we just bought those shoes like 3 months ago and they're already all messed up. So if that's happened to you, it happens. It just does. So do an inventory. So again, do an inventory on school supplies and wardrobe. So that's the first thing. The second thing is do a list of the items that are necessary. So for example, you're like, This is necessary. These are the things that my child needs no matter what, right? Do that first. So from wardrobe to school supplies, because school supplies is not just pens and markers and crayons and paper and binders and backpacks, it's shoes, clothes. And if your son and daughter also wear uniforms, things like that, right? So some of them, maybe you're able to use some of the pants from previous years that maybe you can still use for the upcoming year, things like that. So create a list. So you've inventoried, you created a list, and alongside that list, you're gonna create a budget for how much you're going to be spending for those items. So whether it be, I'm gonna spend $100 on school supplies, but I'm gonna spend $300 on wardrobe. So you already know that this is how much you're going to inventory for, or budget for them. So you've already created this budget, but first of all, you went off of, you already have what you need. And you can probably throw in, if you're under budget, a little extra something for them, or maybe a little surprise. I don't know about you guys, but I personally love surprises. I love rewarding myself. I love, my rewards are manicures. I love, I love rewarding myself. Who doesn't like saying, great job, we hit the mark, now I'm gonna reward you. So even if you happen to do that, reward your son or your daughter with a little surprise. They don't have to know about it, because your goal may be like, look, you're gonna help me. Get the kids involved. That's also another tip. Get them involved with helping to clean out, and ask them, do you like this? Do you not like this? Of course, they're gonna be kids. It's okay. Even if they say, I don't like it, and they can wear it again, save it. But the goal is to start having this open dialect of what they like and what they don't like, and what, it just creates, what's the word? Communication. So that's really, really cool. Give me 1 second. I'm actually it says pros and cons of creating an Excel list or a handwritten list. Great, 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 great. I don't care how you do it, as long as you do it. So if you're like, I like laptops, fine. After you do the laptop, you're probably gonna need to either send it to your phone, or you're gonna need to print it out. If this was me with my child, I would probably do it on the laptop. I would print a copy, and I would have him take it with him, and then we would cross off. You want your child to be involved in the experience. And the reason why is because you're not, as a parent, you're not just taking on this responsibility of, let me go buy you this. You're actually teaching them the action of what it takes to go buy them this, the work of inventory, the work of create a list. What you're doing them is teaching them the habits for future self at the end of the day. So I invite you to get them involved in the experience, even though I'm sure moms, it's easier for you to just do it alone. But it's also very rewarding to have your child communicate with you and talk to you and be excited that you're excited for them. I used to love this time of year. I used to love the smell of paper. How many of you used to love this? I used to love the smell of like school supplies and paper and binders. I don't know why. I thought I was smarter just because I had new stuff. It sounds really crazy, but that's exactly how I felt. I felt very confident. And then there were times where things were tight. I remember my sister would buy me school supplies and clothes, and then there's sometimes where she would be able to buy them for me, and then sometimes she wasn't. And I actually was one of the luckier ones from my family because I'm the youngest of 8. So I share that with you because, again, it's important to get them through the experience, whether you have an older child, a middle child, whether you have, wherever you are, make sure you involve your children. So inventory, wardrobe, and school supplies. Create a list, and along the list, create a budget. Number 3 is get kids involved, and this is something else. Get them involved too with prepping either a daily or a weekly lunch/snack menu. And the reason why is because you get to explain to your child the value of bringing their own lunch. This habit is about back to school, because you're now reprogramming your child and yourself to be able to save. First of all, you're going to give them something amazing, I'm sure, at home. And second, whether the school provides lunch or it doesn't, this is something that they get to, while you're doing this, whether they're younger, even in high school, you're prepping them up to become a better adult. Because we don't ever get this booklet that says, oh, now it's adulting, now you have to adult for yourself. We don't. We just continue with the habits. Like, my mom didn't teach me how to cook, she would cook for us. So for, like, my sisters know how to cook because they had to cook. So again, I wish I would have gotten that of my mother. So I think it's, I definitely think you guys should consider also getting your kids used to prepping their lunches. You know, you can get, now they have these disposable, instead of using so many plastic bags, they have these like cloth bags where you can put their lunches and then you can wash them and reuse it. If you don't want to use that, they now have plastic rewashable bags. So again, get the kids like you would for homework. Hey kids, did you prepare your daily or your lunch, your daily or your weekly lunch schedule, right? Have them write it out. I don't care if it's in a crayon, have them create what that looks like, because you're actually, at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're creating the habit. So that's one. And then the biggest thing is to shop early to avoid the rush. So it's really important. It's really, really important that you guys don't stress out about this time. It's really important. The energy you bring in, the energy that you're like, they're gonna feel it. So be excited for them. It's a new year. Remember, it's really challenging, I think, right now, especially in the very tech world that we live in, to be a child, because there's a lot of bullying, not only in school, but outside of school. So you want to prepare your kids mentally and confidently to start like my mom's got my back, or my mom or my dad, you know, they're really involved, like I matter to them. So remember, this is important. Subconsciously you're teaching, or you're not teaching, but subconsciously you're putting the little seed to your child that they matter, because they do. You wouldn't have them if they didn't, right? Another thing, another tip, keep a very small allowance in their backpack and let them know that this money is only for an emergency. They're not allowed to go shop and buy pencils or whatever. This is for an emergency, because you never know when your child may need an emergency dollar. Again, what are you doing? You're teaching your child, one, to be okay with having money in their account, one, not in their account, but in their possession. Two, to start understanding the value of an emergency account, which I think is really important. And three, that they always look forward to knowing that you have their back. Hey, if you ever need this, you have this for a rainy day. Mama's got you today, but when mama can't give you money, I'm teaching you the habit that you're gonna need to take care of your future self. So again, absolutely. And the last thing, which goes down to all of why we're doing this and the back to school, is explain to your child the value of you doing this and doing it with them. Understand, look, honey, I'm going to sit you down. We're going to do an inventory together. Make it a connection type of date. We're going to do an inventory together. We're going to go shopping together. And the reason why I want to make sure that you prepare your lunch is because imagine if I'm the only one prepping it for you, and I may like tomatoes and you don't like tomatoes, you like celery, right? Give them options, because at the end of the day, you're setting up your children not only to win, but also yourself, because then you're creating independent little humans, not only right now as they're in the age that they are, but as they get older. So I think this is really important to do so. So I'm going to read some of the comments, because I see the comments coming up and I want to read them, okay? All right, so let's see. I'm going to go back a little bit. Hello, the Diva Wears Pink. How are you, beautiful? Let me see. Yes, you love school supplies, azucaritas. Yeah, me too. Let's see. It says, yes, certain products go sooner than others get them in July. Well, July is literally done, right? Today's the last day. So if you're thinking about getting them, get them quickly as soon as possible. Hopefully no later than maybe this week, okay? Morning Love, how are you? Yes, and that's just because you have it doesn't mean you have to spend it. Amen to that, Ayuda en Español. Yes, just because you have the money doesn't mean you have to spend it. Remember, I would rather you guys use that money that's extra, if you do happen to have any extra money, to potentially saving it to the next year's school supplies, next year's budget for your children, right? Kids are expensive, but I think they're more expensive when you don't budget for them, like in the future, like your kids need money, okay? If the kids need money, that means we're gonna cut back on eating out. That's usually most families, right? Or I'm gonna teach my kids how to do this. And if you have it, then you get to spend it. If you have it, you get to save it into an account for their college maybe. Maybe you save it for future expenses that they may have, you know, as you go from, let's just say, elementary to junior high to high school. High school prom tickets are not cheap. Going to Disneyland for grad night is not cheap. You know, hair, nails, girls, a dress, all that stuff, it gets expensive. So create your kid fund so that if they didn't use it in their younger years, you can continue to do this. Everybody talks about, let's say, for college, but what about through the journey of getting to college, right? School supplies, all this stuff. What is this? The Sadie Hawkins dance, prom, grad night, yearbooks, rings, all that stuff. I can tell you this much. We didn't have it. I don't have it. I don't have a school jacket. I don't have a school ring. I don't even think I have school pictures. That was never in the budget for us. And yeah, I don't think any of that. And I would have known if I would have gotten a ring or a jacket, things like that, but none of that. So for me, my high school experience was not, I mean, I went to prom and I went to things like that, but it wasn't like this, oh my God, you know, I'm in the best sports. Like, it wasn't that memorable in that way. Did I have fun in high school? Of course I did, but I never got a chance to be able to just get those extra things because guess what? My mom didn't have the money. So I didn't have it. Do I miss it? Nope. Would I have wanted to have it? Maybe at the moment. Right now, that stuff would have been somewhere in the garage. So for me, it's not a huge priority, but maybe for your kids it is. So remember, that's how some kids, for them, their love language might be, you know, giving them gifts, and maybe this is a gift. So whatever the case may be for you, these are a few tips that I think you guys can definitely use. Let me read some other comments here. Lucia Sandoval, hi Eva, I'm retired, need different advice. I will call you soon. Absolutely, please do so. You have my number. You can DM me. You know how to get a hold of me, and if you don't, let me know so I can send you all the ways you can. Hello, Becky. Hello, Mireya. How are you? Jessica, how are you? Monica, yes, my kid is a senior this year, and it's going to be expensive. Anthony Fairchild, how are you? Thank you for joining. So again, any tips that you guys can give as parents, because we're not parents. Are you guys parents? I know some of you said yes. So what are some of the tips that you guys do for you guys to save money on school supplies? So I gave you guys my 6. I wrote them out. Do you guys have any other ones? As I wait for your responses, I'm actually going to say a huge welcoming again to the women that have taken themselves on this week for the financial boot camp. I just want to say thank you to them if they're on here, because it's not easy getting very real with yourself, and it's not easy going through this experience thinking it's a little scary. Oh my God. What you focus on will come true. So at the end of the day, if you focus on the negative things may happen. If you focus on the light and what you can do about it, then those things start getting easier and easier to do. So again, I invite you guys, and thank you so much for trusting me and for trusting each other and being vulnerable yesterday. So I appreciate all of you. And let's see, great advice, thank you. Anything else? Monica says, don't go too crazy on supplies. Wait a few days. Sometimes kids come with notes from their teachers asking for certain supplies. That's a great tip. It's true. Maybe your teachers, maybe you think this is what they need, but then their teacher said, you know what, they're not going to need that because the curriculum is not going to require it. Maybe they need the following. So explain that to your kid. You know, we're going to get your basic supplies, and maybe if you already know who your teacher is, maybe you can go prior to that, okay? The Dollar Tree has lots of supplies too. Absolutely. And sometimes actually not even the Dollar Tree. I have gotten notebooks. If you go buy a notebook at the Dollar Tree, it's going to cost you $1. I have gotten notebooks from Target and from Staples for 10 cents. And I remember just buying a lot of them because I'm like, oh, I'm going to use paper anyways. And I bought a bunch of them. They were pink and black, and I bought tons of them, and I didn't have to buy paper or notebooks for a very long time. So Trini says the inventory is a great idea. I've had some supplies for about a year ago and completely forgot until after I bought stuff. See why it's so important that you guys definitely do inventory first in anything, school supplies, clothes, any of that. That is really, really important. Also, and I just saw this because I saw someone, Mandy, I know you have not one, but I believe 3 girls. Oh my God, I don't know if it's 2 or 3. But if you have, you know, more than one child, make sure that you ask them, like, would you wear this from your sister or your brother? Even though they may not like the hand-me-downs, but I think it's important that you ask them, like, how would you wear this, right? So maybe it's clothes, maybe it's not clothes, maybe it's like, hey, you guys are gonna need to share this up until here. financially, if you're like, we have 3 kids, we have to buy for all 3 kids, I'm going to get them half the school year. Well, you better start saving your little cochinito, your little bank account for the next half of the year. You know, everybody's on a different budget. Donation items get a couple, but sometimes the teachers get a lot in the beginning, okay, and not so much, okay? All right, well, wonderful. So I hope, let me see, Jessica Ventura goes, first ask your kids if they want all the stuff. My son said no to some of the senior items. Absolutely, like, communicate with your kids. You may want the experience because you didn't have it. Like for me, let's just say I didn't get the jacket, I didn't get the ring. I might just tell my child, you know, you should get it because it's, but I'm not going to shove it down their throat. If they don't want it, then they don't want it. Because let me tell you something. One of the things that I've learned is, I know they're great memories, but we don't have any of that memories. Like, we don't have any of it, at least not in our household. We're not that type of household that has like a wall of memories and things like that. And I think that also for us, it's because we really value our current experiences. And so maybe you do, maybe you want them to have that, and maybe they want it and maybe they don't. Just communicate. At the end of the day, not only are you going to do your inventory list, your budget, your communication, but it's an experience of school supplies. I can tell you this much. For me, it was the experience of knowing that, like for me, I was like, oh my God, yes, I was excited for the school year. I was a big nerd. I loved school stuff. So again, if you already start with that energy that like, yes, let's go do this, we're going to take care of it. And for those that are financially struggling right now, I would really invite you to look around your house and take a look at the stuff that you probably have bought that's just sitting there that could have been stuff for you or your children of things that you need. A lot of the times we just collect stuff. And remember that that's money that you're just putting around, leaving around the house. So remember, there's a closet full of clothes. We may not need any more clothes, maybe not more shoes. Maybe your kids don't need extra toys, but you know one thing they're gonna need every single year is they're gonna need supplies to, you know, get them to succeed in life. So again, I hope you guys take this Wealthy Wednesday. I hope you guys appreciate all this wonderful stuff. I know you do, and that's why you guys keep coming back. So again, I'm just very, very grateful to have you guys, and I speak tomorrow at the Crush It event, so I'm really excited about that. Hi, honey. I'm really excited about the Crush It event tomorrow. I think I'm probably the only woman in the in the speaking panel, and I'm excited. We'll see what comes up, and I believe I'm going to be teaching a class as well. So I'm excited about that. So if you're going to go check it out, that's really, really awesome. And I just want to say thank you all for always jumping on here and supporting all the wonderful stuff and just being part of this community called Wealthy Wednesdays. And thank you for coming to see me and trusting me, and thank you for your time. Again, I'm in complete gratitude. And once again, have an amazing Wealthy Wednesday. Remember, every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, set your alarms because we are here and we love, my husband says I'm a beast. I'm a beast, babe. I love you. Anyways, so yes, got distracted. See, I had squirrel moments. Anyways, happy Wealthy Wednesday. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.